everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Rhoda's Reflections. A couple of weeks ago, I was talking to you about something that God had just been stirring up on the inside of me, but I didn't want to talk about it too soon because at that moment, or during that time where God was speaking to me about it, my husband was preaching a series on it at our church, Christian Faith Fellowship. So it was about fear. And in the scripture, Jason had pointed out, I call him Jason because that's his name and that he's my husband. So he had pointed out that the scripture says that God has not given us the spirit of fear. And in that scripture, he was talking about how at that moment, it was two men talking to each other, or a mentor and a mentee. And he was saying, don't be timid. That meant was for timidity, the spirit of timidity, because we have the emotion of fear, because the emotions were all given to us from God. But when you walk in timid or timidity, then you can replace that word with fear, saying that God doesn't want you to be timid. In that context, because the young man had a great work he had to do, and he had a powerful voice, and who was speaking to him was saying, don't be timid. And it caused me just to take the word fear out of my vocabulary even before, because he had shared that with me before he had spoke it to our congregation. And with that, it caused me just to reflect back on life. And it brought me to a story which will connect to another scripture. So in this story, in school, I was soft. I was real frail. I didn't get into much trouble because I didn't want to get a whooping, just bottom line. But as I got older, girls would just pick on me. So I'm like, well, if I want them to stop picking on me, I needed to get this big bite, this big bark. I needed to act like, girl, I ain't afraid of you. I got this. You ain't gonna scare me. Trembling in my toes. I had never had a fight. So I'm in middle school, and me and this girl is just talking about how she she can't wait. She can't wait to fight me because she gonna tear me up. She can't wait. And I'm like, okay, well, back. What did I do to her? I don't even know who this girl is. Now she's trying to fight me. So I'm like, okay, Jesus, I never got into a fight. Yes, I talked to God when I was in middle school too. I never got into a fight. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to hold my hands. I don't know what stance I'm supposed to have. And I was like, wait, God gave me an idea. So I started talking up the fight. Yeah. All loud in class. All I supposed to be working, talking to my friend. Yeah, she thinks she gonna get me. I got something for her. So I'm talking this fight up like I'm finna really do something. I had this lion, this roar. Yeah, I got you. I'm coming from you. Yeah, you beat me outside. After recess screen, I'm gonna get you. I'm just really getting into this. See, the plan was to let the teachers hear about it. So then when I have to get outside and I see all the people around us, they heard that I was getting ready to fight and they gonna come and break it up. It worked too. So then my plan worked. So there was no fight. What it was a time for us to have the communication. Teachers came over and they were like, hey, we heard through the grapevine, I was the grape and that vine, that y'all was getting ready to fight. So we had to come over here and do our due diligently and break this up. And so they pulled me and the young lady to the side without all of our entourage. And we really started to discuss what was going on, to find out she had the wrong girl altogether. She wasn't even trying to fight me. But because I was talking big, she had to come back and talk big. And she was just as afraid as I was at that moment. But now she had fought before. She was always in trouble. But because I had this big growl, this big bite, she knew she had met her match child. She hadn't, because I was going to lose. But I said that to connect that to the scripture. And the scripture that became my favorite scripture growing up in life was, God is with me. Yea, though I walk through that valley. And sometimes we are in valleys. A lot of us right now may be in a valley where our situation seems like it's going to bring death unto you. But what gave me comfort, or what gives me comfort through those difficult moments, is I know that God is with me. And not only is he with me, but he got some friends that he brought with him to help protect me. He got a rod. He got a staff. That's some pretty powerful stuff to have. And not only am I going to give you a rod and a staff, I'm going to sit you at a table with people that don't even like you, in the presence of your enemies. And then I'm going to anoint your head with oil, and your cup will be running over. And then I'm going to bring some more people. I'm going to bring Shirley and Goodness. They're going to follow you. So whenever I feel like I'm in a moment where I can't get out or I can't win, I know that I can win because God is with me. I got my entourage behind me saying, you got this. Go, girl. You know how people, if you ever see some shows, they have on your shoulder, you have like, the good angel, and you got the bad angel, and the good angel is saying, you better not do that. You know better than that. And the bad angel is like, girl, you got this. Or the bad person or the bad conscience is like, you got this. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. You can do this. I take my entourage, my good entourage with me. And I always have my cheering section, which is God saying, you got this. You can do this. Don't let this take over you. Don't let this defeat you. And that's what I'm telling you today. You got this. As you walk through life, hold your head up high. No matter what others are saying around you, no matter what negative thoughts someone may be depositing into you, know that. Listen to the words and my voice. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. And listen to my voice and know that you got this. You got it. So walk in that power, walk in that authority, knowing that you got this. Thank you again for tuning in to Rhoda's Reflections. I'm so happy that you took the time out of your day to just share with me. But before I let you go, I want to let you know something else. We're doing something different with the time slots of Rhoda Reflection. So I'll be coming every other week. And during those weeks where I'm not talking to you or I'm not reflecting, we're going to spice things up or add some things to it. I'll have I want to say teenage daughter, but she's not a teenager. She's a woman, but she's a young woman. I have my daughter, Gabrielle, who's going to share in those other weeks where I'm not on. And then after our anniversary, we had a lot of people who were asking us just about marriage, about questions, and about saying how we should get on and just do some talks about marriage and intimacy. So other weeks, so it'll be my reflections, and then it'll be something else to come. Jay and I are going to get on and we're going to just share some wisdom about marriage. We've been married for 25 years, and we know that our marriage hasn't always been great and glorious. Sometimes it's been downright ugly. And so we want to just share those things after having 25 years under your belt. We think that, we got a little bit we can share to others to help their marriages grow and improve. So if you don't see me, know that you will see something from me, being from my child or being from me and my husband. But we will be here and we're not going anywhere. So stay connected. You don't want to miss it. Bye-bye for now.